Ken Burns has become to PBS what Garrison Keillor once was to NPR, a revered eminence, the lead dog of the sled, the franchise. Burns makes historical documentary films with a distinctive style, combining still photographs, old film clips, interviews with experts, voiceover narration by well-known individuals, and joyful or heart-rending music appropriate to the times and circumstances. He began with a project on the Brooklyn Bridge, moved on to the Shakers and the Statue of Liberty, and eventually set the world on fire with his epic production of the Civil War, using old photographs and letters, fiddles and banjos to touch the hearts of viewers. The goal of his work in each case is nothing less than to bring the past back to life, one meticulous detail at a time. He's since covered baseball and jazz, the national parks, and this week PBS is running his feature on the Roosevelts, Teddy, Eleanor, and FDR. Burns has become a giant in his own right, and if there's anything he needs at this point in his remarkable career, it might be an editor. I say that because the piece he's working on right now is related to a topic that is everywhere on television at this time, and that is cooking. Early TV had westerns. Now no channel exists without a cooking show of some kind, and many have several of them. I've lost track of the number of shows that Gordon Ramsay is doing, and I think he has too, but in each one you know he's shouting, throwing something, and calling someone a donkey. Anyway, Ken Burns, who is no Gordon Ramsay, my God, imagine if Gordon Ramsay was doing historical documentaries. Ken Burns is working on a show about the 3-minute egg, and it's going to run for 2 hours, 6 nights a week, for a month, scheduled for next year. Anticipation for it is building already. I've been privileged to see an advanced copy of the work, so I can describe it for you. Burns is at his prolific best, wonderfully, lyrically thorough, making the most of each scrap of information, weaving it all into a seamless majesty, and by the time you've seen the work in its entirety, I assure you, you will know all you will ever need to know about the 3-minute egg. The documentary begins with a consideration of the ancient conundrum, the chicken or the egg, which came first. I don't know if Burns supplies an answer, but he spent the first week carefully analyzing the evidence, religious and scientific, sometimes playful, other times profound, in all sorts of historical contexts and cultures. The evening devoted to chickens, eggs, and Machu Picchu was especially surprising. It's amazing the way he comes up with some of the stuff he does. The yolk, the white, and the shell each get their own week, as does boiling water. The climax of this great work, of course, comes when the egg is finally placed into the scalding water, and that fantastic, eagerly awaited, and I might even say magical interval of the 3 minutes begins. Burns uses many tricks, including stop-action and time-lapse photography, to dilate those legendary moments into 2 evenings of breathtaking narrative. Leonardo DiCaprio provides the voiceover, and there are insightful and emotional comments from virtually every top chef in the world. The music soars throughout, from Bach to Chopin, Mozart and Beethoven, Pink Floyd and Metallica, Flat and Scruggs, Jay-Z and Beyonce. One more thing I will mention, and it's that this film virtually resurrects, I think, the little glass bulb with the sand in it, gives it a whole new dimension, and I predict that after this show runs, every kitchen in America is going to want their official Ken Burns PBS 3-minute egg timer, which will be offered as a gift on those pledge breaks. When I came to the conclusion of this shattering production, for it is no less than that, I assure you there was nothing for me to do except head straight for the kitchen, pull out a pan, get an egg out of the fridge, water from the tap, say a silent prayer for modern conveniences, put it on a burner, drop the egg gently, and start the timer. Waiting for that egg to cook, that was probably the longest 3 minutes of my life, but thanks to Ken Burns and his brilliant film, it was worth every minute of it.